Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking time to join me today. I am Morjax. This is Mordheim, City of the Damned, and we have the Undead Warband at our disposal. The floodgates have been opened for people to, or YouTubers and Twitch streamers to release recordings of this game. So here I am. This game will be coming out, this DLC rather, the Undead DLC will be coming out this next Tuesday, the 25th, I do believe. And so yeah, we're gonna, this episode will just be a sort of a Warband setup episode, so you guys can see a little closer some of the units that are available to you as you first start in with the Undead. So, it says, the vassals of Count Vlad von Karstein include both the living and the undead, for the Vampire Lord knows the utility of mortals and the weaknesses of his own kind. Whether living or dead, all are his servants, sworn to the Master's will. While the Counts of Altdorf, Middenheim, and Marienburg all squabble over the Empire's crown, few suspect that the tyrant of Sylvania has his own designs. The warbands who have journeyed to Mordheim are sent to gather wordstone that the dark magic bound into the shards can be harnessed and used to create more undead. They are both cunning and ruthless, for any foe that falls to their blades may rise again to serve Sylvania. So, here's the cool thing. We can start at rank 0 or rank 5. I'm going to be starting at rank 0. And I'll let you read through this if you'd like to. Oh, they're going to be talking over me. Alright, hold on just a moment. Okay, so huge thank you to my my Patreon supporters. Patreon is a way for people to do kind of a monthly recurring support of the creators that they love, of any amount, and it's a voluntary thing. It's a way to actually the best way to support me. So my Patreon supporters are going to be naming my units, but I have not heard back from them. So in the interest of getting these episodes to you sooner, I am just going ahead with releasing these episodes. So people will be getting renamed for sure. All right, so right away, we've got... All right, we don't need all these tooltips. We've got the Vampire, who's the leader, and he is very strong. His strength goes up to 18, toughness 15, agility 15, leadership, intelligence, alertness are 15, 15, 16, weapon skill 15, ballistic skill 12, and accuracy 9. So let's go ahead and look at, he starts with a spear. His passive skill is terror, which I really like quite a bit. I'd like to look at the passive skills that he can get. First is body reconstruction, increases critical resistance by 10% or 20%. Embedded wordstones, which seems good to have, increases wordstone resistance by 15% and grants immunity to a quarter all detrimental wordstone effects, whereas the mastery is 30% and grants immunity to half of all detrimental wordstone effects. So I don't know if that's half of them have half of the different choices have no effect, or the effect is cut in half. I'm not sure which that is, but we might find out down the road. Find the breach. This is when another ally is engaged with the same target, increases armor absorption bypass by 5%, not stackable, or 10%. I kind of like that. It smacks a little bit of Skaven's Swarm ability. Let's look at the active skills. Death Stench. Everyone within a 5-meter radius. Reduces melee resistance, parry and dodge chances by 5%. Resistible poison effect. So that's a good thing. A lot of the undead don't suffer from poison effect, so it would potentially not be a problem for my own warband. And it says undead warriors are immune, not stackable. Okay, death trap. Place a trapped skull at a target, location that explodes when an enemy approaches within 2.5 meters. That'd be really nice within like door frames and things like that. Deals 12 to 24 damage to everyone within 5 meters and applies a debuff that reduces melee and ranged hit chance. So you could potentially kite the enemy away and leave these in your wake, which is kind of nice. It's a 5 meter, and then the mastery is 24 to 48 damage, which is also pretty good. Reduces, and the mastery reduces melee and ranged chance by 10%. I see you. Place a trap skull at the target, explodes when they approach within 5 meters, debuff within 10 meters that reduces initiative by 10, all alone, fear and terror up by 5. Okay, that's kind of nice for some control. You could potentially put someone at a disadvantage if you set up the trap and they kind of have to walk in to get at you. They would be debuffed by 10 or 20 initiative, and then you would be able to get your guys in with the damage up front. Okay, let's take a look here. We've got a Dreg. Oh, he's got his brains showing. The Dreg have... let's see. Am I going to want a Dreg? I think so, because that's my hero. Now, I think this Warband is going to play very nice with the Poison Wind Globadiers, because a lot of the undead have immunity to poison. If you're playing on console, the Hired Swords are not out yet, but they will. I don't know if there's an official release date, but it's within the next month or so. We've got zombies, and they're looking pretty good. They got their big gaping maw, and their big gaping belly apparently too. So zombies they gain experience if you pay upkeep. If you don't pay upkeep, they don't gain experience, and eventually they rot away. So these guys are meant to be very, very cheap. And I'd like to see at rank 0 they cost the same as the ghouls, but at higher ranks, I'd like to see if maybe they're a little bit cheaper. That might be kind of nice. Henchman Ghoul is the other one that we've got, and these guys have... Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh no, that's just the perks. Death Stench. Expendable. Here we go. When falling out of action, does not lower the Warband's morale, which is kind of neat, and can't use consumables. It's just fine. Death Stench immunity. So they are undead as well. I kind of like these ghouls because they've got this plague carrier. So let's go ahead and buy a ghoul, first of all. What? Why did it put it in my hero slot? That is hilarious. That seems like a bug. All right. And this is an early beta, or this is a beta version, so things may change, potentially. Okay, so let's go to his skills. Disease Carrier. On melee damage, inflicts a random debuff, -5 initiative, -3 crit resistance, or -3 dodge and parry chance. Stackable. Last 3 turns, increasing damage from the Rotten Touch spell. I think that I kind of want to go with this build, and the Rotten Touch spell is one of the Necromancer's spells. And it does, I think, a little bit less damage than the Comet spell. And it's just kind of cool that you can stack this up, this Disease Carrier. And so I think that I want to, for the time being, I want to get more of these ghouls. And I think in the interest of trying it, I'm just going to get a zombie. But I think I do want ghouls in the long run. And then really our only, I mean, if I wanted to build a warband that I think was going to do the best, I probably would pick up the Globadier right away. But in the interest of showing you the new units with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I'm going to pick up a Dreg here. So, let's look at the stats. Strength 18, they can get very, very strong. Toughness and agility are a little bit lower. Leadership is quite low. Intelligence and alertness can be relatively high. Their martial skills are really, really, really high for a starting hero. So up to 18 weapon skill, 16 ballistic, 16 accuracy. So what this means is you can more or less build them to be almost anything you want them to be. They could be very, very good at ranged, or they could be very, very good at melee combat. Let's take a look at the Dreg here. We've got 15, 12, 15, which seems pretty high. 15, 3, 12, which is also pretty high. The Dreg's starting stats seem pretty dang good for a henchman. And we've got our zombie here, Grigor. They can get like surprisingly high weapon skill and accuracy here. Strength and toughness can be very high. Agility is obviously quite low. Leadership is obviously quite low. I'm a little surprised at how fast their alertness can get, and their intelligence as well. They might have been he's got like the melting skull flesh going on there. Yeah, they might have been like a I don't know, an aristocrat or something that they could in their living life that they could get a high intelligence. Okay, so Puppet, this is kind of what I described before. I'll let you read that if you like. You can pay upkeep and they gain experience, or you can not pay upkeep and they kind of waste away over time. Rotten Corpse is immune to open wound effects and all injuries except dead, severed arm, severed leg, head injury, and full recovery. So they have kind of a limited injury table. This guy's got an active Humble Servant, and it is a single ally within 3 meters. Sacrifice 25 wounds, restores up to 15 wounds, and grants a buff that increases initiative by 15, dodge by 10, 10% for 2 turns. Only affects Vampire and Vampire Thralls. So they can actually buff into the Vampires and Vampire Thralls. I might be putting a lot into toughness with this guy, and because he's got this Humble Servant, I feel like I'm going to want him on the front lines. It's only within 3 meters. Either that, or you could potentially build your vampire to be ranged, but they don't get too good at ranged. Let us go ahead. I think I'm going to switch this around for now. Because ranged it's hard to do well on ranged at the start. I do like the look of this club. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, I want to take a look at the weapons. It's kind of cool that the sword's all rusty and stuff for the zombie. As we get more options. This is also quite rusty. Look at this nice jacket. Oh, so good. I do want to take a quick look at some of the customizations that are available to us. And then I think we're going to call it an episode after that. Okay, we can be either black-haired or gray-haired. I kind of like the silver fox look. Okay. Oh, our waistcoat. Oh, the white. Blah. Oh, man. Looking good. Oh, the purple with the red. You're not supposed to wear purple with red. Okay, I kind of want the... Where is it? Black with a red like that. That looks pretty spiffy. Looking good. What's the difference between... Oh, ooh, look at that. You could have like a cutoff tuxedo. I think I gotta go with the tuxedo look. It's too snazzy. I cannot resist the fabulous, and I think style 5 is gonna match. And I'm just looking through here. Yeah, let's go style 5 on both sides. Okay. This will be our pantalones. It's basically different boots. We could have a little chainmail crotch if we want to. Is it bad if I'm choosing this based on the look of the crotch? I think I like this one best. Choosing style for how your crotch looks is always been what Morjax does best. All right. Ooh, I kind of like that one. But the one with the wings is sort of neat too. Holy crap, some of these are blinding. I like style 7 best so far. I tend to like kind of a reddish look. Okay, let me just see what we got. Oh, ooh, I like that too much. I like that a lot. We're going that way. Alright, this is crap on our belt. We could have a head, a bag, or a dagger. I mean, that's a pretty fancy dagger, I gotta say. Let's get a little black dagger. As nice as having a head on your belt is. You can choose brown leather or black leather. Alright, we're gonna go with a nice little black dagger. That's what I like to see. Okay, with or without forehead bones are our option here. Oh, back spikes? Heck yes. We could have little shoulder bones poking through. Or back spikes. It's gotta be back spikes all the way. Alright, let's take a look at... What's the difference? Bloody gauntlet or no bloody gauntlet? I think we need a bloody gauntlet. Red, style 3. Oh, is that just like open flesh? Grossy. I mean, I guess. Leg wraps or no leg wraps? We're gonna go leg wraps. And red leg wraps. This is loincloth selection here. Oh yeah. I think in honor of Prince, we're gonna go with the old purple crotch. I'll get the other drag later, and then let's look at the zombie. Oh, we can change his... His face. Oh, look at that. He looks like he'd work at the local game store in a past life. Oh, I think I want the beard. And oh, look, he's got a little poke, a little spear coming out of the old belly there. All right. I think I like style 8 so far, the dark with the light. These are pretty snazzy too. Man, it's a bummer having stuff poking out of your guts. Right, we're going style... Well, did I select them all? No, not quite. Just in the interest of showing you what all is available. But I'm going to go with style 8. And let's look at our fashionable arms. Oh yeah, the patchwork coat. Very nice. Again, I think I'm leaning towards style 8. What's the difference between style 20 and style 8? Well, let's finish up here. Looking at the rest of them. Alright, style 20 looks like this. Style 8 looks like that. It's a dark cufflink, which I like. Oh, I think do I want the fancy sleeve? Mayhaps. Mayhaps I do. Kind of like the way that looks. Alright, let's look at our pants options. We could have our little leg bone showing there. So nice. So nice. Throw me a bone. Am I right? I like style 5 so far. Well, let's look at what we got. That's too much red. That's just too much red. So purple and red seem to be kind of like the main color options. Alright, what did I say? Style 5? Yeah. Spiffy boots. Okay, we can have a little rope belt. Or oh, what's hanging on here? A pouch or a little pouch? That looks like cojones. Our secret cojones pouch. Okay. So that is the Undead Warband that is available to you to start. And do tune in. I'm hoping, I mean, I'm hesitant to say this because it's hard when you say something and then you can't meet up to it, but I'll say this. I'm aiming to release between 1 and 2 episodes of this Undead Warband the first week of release here. So do stay tuned. Please subscribe to see more. And thank you to my Patreon supporters for their support. And if you are my patron on Patreon, feel free to submit names for any one of the units here. Obviously, there's a potential for more names than there are units, but also people die, so we can maybe cycle some units will die, so we can cycle some names in. That is all for now. Thank you so very much for watching. Tune in next time for more, and yeah, that's all I got.